We've done a great job. Like, we were ahead of the game on gay rights and on cannabis. For 50 years, when our first party presidential candidate was gay, our first vice presidential candidate was a woman. She actually earned a electoral vote. Somebody stepped out of line and gave Toonie a electoral vote. So she was actually the first woman to actually get an electoral vote. So we've been leading the way in civil rights. We've been telling people for 50 years about the problems with the Federal Reserve. And finally, I think people are seeing it because they saw $4 trillion printed in 3 years, and they saw what happened with the inflation. It just boomed on us. And I was telling my friend at the cafe that your prices are going to go up in about 7 months. She goes, "Oh, no, they're not." And 3 months later, they went up. They saw it coming. So I saw it coming too. And I think everybody sees that this pattern has been going on since 1913, and we need to stop the pattern.
So what about gun rights? Talk about that a little bit.
Well, I'm a libertarian. I'm a pro-2A person. If you want to have a gun, you should be able to have a gun. If you don't want to have a gun, you should have a gun. I do think some legislation in training should be required. I see a lot of people that can go get a gun and then not have any training with that. I think that maybe what we should have is a 2-week training. Your first week, laws around guns, because a lot of people buy guns and don't understand the laws around them. So your first week would be the laws around guns. The second week would be you're actually at a shooting range, learning how to, number one, take the damn thing apart, put it back together, safely operate it, so that you're not shooting yourself or others, and then go to the firing range to make sure that you can operate it safely. And if you can't do that for 2 weeks before you get to take the gun home, I think you need to reevaluate why you're buying the gun. I don't think that's unreasonable, and I'm a libertarian that's pro-2A all the way. I mean, if you can afford an F-15, put the F-15 in your driveway. That's where I'm at on it. When it says right to bear arms, those arms in that sentence is military arms. So yes, I think we should be able to have the same weapons that our military has.
Now, quick question for you.
To some extent. Let's don't give everybody a nuclear bomb. You have to have the financial and responsibility to do that. But I am pro-2A. I was very happy that the Supreme Court knocked down the bump stock ban. I thought that was ridiculous.